Alright guys, today I think I might actually have some time to work on that old K5. I'm hoping. Now, everything I've done, this first time I've ever done it, so definitely do not take any of my advice to the T. I'm just showing you the experiences I went through, or that I'm going through, and because I've definitely never done all this before. So, like I said before, when we had issues with rear end, it was unbolt it, roll another one under, bolt it back up, call it a day, hit the trail. But this one, since we never done it before, I wanted the experience of actually doing it myself, as far as when it comes to like the crush sleeve and the bearings, sills are no big deal, but the pinion yokes, like with the issue with this one, we had our original pinion yoke over there. It was, had issues with the side piece right here where the cap was, the U-joint cap was coming out, and so we bought the new yoke for it, with the better, instead of having the straps, it's got the U-bolts. Instead of using the crush sleeve like GM used, which I didn't get a picture of, but instead of using a crush sleeve, we went with a crush sleeve eliminator. And for the reason of, if you ever have to change your sill with that crush sleeve in there, anytime you remove that yoke, whether it's to do whatever, once that yoke's removed, that crush sleeve has to be replaced, which in turn means resetting everything. So with a crush sleeve in there, once you're set, it's a done deal. So for me, it was the best way to go, because since I've never done this before, I can almost guarantee I'm going to have to take this back apart and redo something. And I found a guy's website. Actually, a friend of mine was telling me about it, and I can never remember the name of it. And the easiest way to find it that I found was if you go to Google and just type in 14 bolt Bible, if that's, of course, if that's what you're working on, and it's BillaVista.com. And these guys, they put together a whole, it's like page after page, anything you could possibly want to know about it, 14 bolt, it's here. It shows you how to do anything and everything, and this is what I went off of to do this pinion, this yoke. And it's got some really good advice, because they go over the experiences they ran into and their best advice of how to set everything. And even with mine, it's the bearings I didn't replace, so they have the torque settings in there for new bearings, used bearings, how to fully remove the races, separate the bearing from the pinion. I mean, the whole deal. It even goes into and to help you identify which 14 bolt housing you actually have and roughly what year it could possibly be. So it's if you're doing something like this, I mean, it's really easy to find. Just type in 14 bolt Bible and you'll see it pop up. It's BillaVista.com, and they're full of some great advice. This one I'm getting ready to put in, and the only thing I don't have, which I need to go pick up, is the gear marking compound for to put on the ring gear. And because I took everything apart to make sure everything inside the housing was okay, and apparently the local parts stores that are by me don't carry it. So I do have, I ain't gonna be able to get it today, but I do have a local Jegs. It's up off of their 11th Avenue stores, like 15 minutes from me. So if I probably won't be able to make it up here until tomorrow, but I'm going to at least try to get the pinion in and get the ring gear and all that in, and then we'll go with the get the compound, put it on, and try to get the backlash set and the pinion desk set, and I'll try to get it to the best I can. And like I said, I've never went to this extreme as far as doing one. I just always replaced the whole housing with a used one. So I'll do the best I can, and I only have the one shim that goes behind the pinion. It only has one on it, and that's why I was looking online, and they sell the kits that come with multiple shims. This only has one on it. I looked on our K20 on the 14 bolt that's in it. It's only got one on it, so I'm going to try to do this with just the one shim. So I'm going to get this stuck on it and let it set up a little bit so it doesn't, you know, slide around on me when I'm in there trying to fight the pinion into the housing. And it's raining off and on, so this ought to be interesting. So get out there in the mud and the gunk and try to get it done. I'm tired of seeing it set, and I actually have some daylight to work with, so I'm going to try to use it to the best of my ability. And I did get this, as it says with the used bearings, you should have, I believe it says 15 to 20 pounds is what it should take to spin this yoke after it's together. Right about 16, so I'm hoping that's right. And we'll get it in there and try it out, and I'll see you out there. Well, it's officially raining. A little bit of wind, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, I don't know how well this will record, so I'm probably going to have to fight with this without the camera. But I got the... show you a couple things. Got the metal gasket in place. Oh, I'll get situated here. Just hoping to beat the rain. We got, one thing I did read is you oil the hole where it feeds into the pinion to lubricate the bearings. You can see the big hole up here. It's got a small hole in the bottom where it drains out. Here's your hole in the top. So you always make sure that big hole is lining up in the top. Right up in there. Now the holes, you got to be careful, because I was reading in that thing, it said it can be, the pinion can be placed in different directions on there, so definitely make sure that this hole matches the hole up here in the upper part of the housing to make sure your bearings lubricate right. And if you check out that site, it'll go over all that on it. And I am going to try to fight with this without getting soaking wet, and I'll be back in a minute, hopefully. Alright, so we got this far. It wasn't too bad to get it in there. I think it's called the straddle bearing or whatever it is. It's in the back that the pinion rides on. You know, once I got it in there, wasn't too bad. Just put a bolt up here, bolt down here, and just slowly tighten them up. And they're not torqued all the way down. Just got it down enough to where they're good and snug, and let it set for a little bit to let the silicone set up some. But have a gasket, and make sure my specs are right on this thing. I can't, glasses are fogging up and everything else out here. Let's see. Oh, you can't see the numbers. Kind of see them. Let me see. Yeah, so we're still, according to that thing, we're still on spec. So, but get the pinion guard on and see if we can possibly start on getting the ring gear in. And see you then. Hopefully we can. Tell you what, this sucker right here, that's packing some weight. I got everything. These aren't torqued down. I still got to get the gear compound for the ring and pinion, get it as close as possible. This stuff's just snugged up, but she's close. It's got just a little bit of play in it. So what I'm concerned about now will be just on the ring and pinion, just the teeth depth on it, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have that. And like I said, you know, this is a first for me, so I wouldn't take any of it to heart, because I'm sure I'll be taking this dude back apart. And I'm just glad to be able to get some work done on it. And till then, I still got to get the axle seal replaced on that one, so I'll probably just do both of them. The outer axle seal from where it's leaking fluid, get the brake split off, get the shaft hooked back up, Yeah, see if she growls. I'm hoping not. But till then, I got some other stuff I got to do. At least it quit raining. I wish I had the compound so I could just finish this thing up. So hopefully I'll have it tomorrow and we'll be back at it. Right now I'm wet from the rain and I'm cold and I'm going in the house to dry off. And until then, thanks for watching. Anybody's got any advice on this, I definitely appreciate it because it's definitely a first for me. Like I said before, whenever we blew, well, I've never blown a 14, but all the half tons, when we blew them, we just unbolt the U-bolts, roll it out, roll the whole new axle assembly in, bolt it up, call it a day. So I wanted the experience of this one of doing it instead of having to buy another housing, and so I'm giving it a shot. So till then, I'll get the compound, we'll be back at it, and hopefully get this dude back out. Thanks for watching.